Спасибо всем, что вы пришли. Kurt, can you please come here?
Sweet sugar drips from her sweet lips, the sugar is mine. You bet your life sweet sugar like this would be hard to find. She picks me up, she make me feel nice, she make me think twice about paradise, like sugar and spice and everything nice. She's sugar to me. Sweet sounds of joy come into my ear when my sugar is near. She sounds so sweet, my heart skips a beat when sugar is near. She picks me up, she make me feel nice, she make me think twice about paradise, like sugar and spice and everything nice. She's sugar to me. Sweet sugar drips from her lips, my sugar is mine. You bet your life, sweet sugar like this would be hard to find. She pick me up, she make me feel nice, she make me twice about paradise like sugar and spice and everything nice. She's sugar to me. Sweet sounds of joy come into my ear when my sugar is near. This is sounds so sweet, my heart is beating sure. She picked me up, she make me feel nice, she make me think twice about paradise like sugar and spice and everything nice. She's sugar to me, and she's sugar to me. She did sugar to me, sugar to me. Vladimir Nesterenko. Thank you all very much for coming in today for some jazz things, man. So how is it that Vladimir and I met 6 minutes ago?
7 years, don't fool him.
No rehearsal together? Almost no conversation? I said, do you know this tune? He said, of course. I said, C minor. He said, no problem. And then it becomes music. Two friends who have only just met. Yeah? That's because I've been working on this by myself and with other musicians and trying to learn the craft, trying to learn the ins and outs, trying to be musical throughout, but for whatever, 30, 40 years now, right? And you've been working for at least 5. So that we can come together and have a conversation together, right? We know many of the rules. We know which of the rules we might want to break or bend to our will. And the most important thing is that we want to listen to each other and react to each other. We each have a voice. So it isn't in jazz, here comes the singer, and I'm here, and there's some anonymous action back here somewhere that nobody, right? That's for the pop singers, or maybe even the opera singers, I don't even know. But for jazz people, we're together. We listen to the history of the music, right? We come to try to understand the sound of jazz. And the sound of jazz is much more than learning to play scales, learning to master your instrument. It's more than maybe going to music school. Maybe it's not going to music school. I didn't go. I didn't think of it. The sound of jazz you can hear in one note from a musician. You can hear the sound of it before they even get to all their tricks and fancy things they can do. And jazz doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be, it's not tricks, it's the soul in sound. It's at least two souls in sound. So we meet, and there's a premise, and the premise is, how are you? And we shake hands, and then the conversation goes, the musical conversation goes. I feel, I'm gonna get evil now. No, now I'm gonna be romantic now. Now I'm gonna show a color, the color blue or the color violet. And he's gonna say, oh, violet, you know what goes great with violet? Yellow goes great with violet. I'm gonna throw that in. And I say, oh, really? But the sound of it, you can hear in one note. So Ben Webster, Dexter Gordon, yeah, Jug, Lester Young, the sound of it. You hear the soul, you hear the heartbreak, you hear the tough times, you hear the victory over tough times. We're going to have some singers. They're going to come up. I'm going to work with them. Sometimes it'll be about breathing, or it'll be about how to phrase, or how to phrase a little bit better. We're all going to be very kind to them because it's scary up here. They're going to be great, and we're going to try to find out whether they have the sound of jazz. What's interesting is that the sound of jazz has a different inflection, a different dialect in every town, among every small group of people, cellular group of people. Here are 5 friends. We love this stuff. Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter. Right? Here are these 5 friends. We like Spyro Gyra, etc. Right? And here, you all have different songs that your grandmother sang to you when she was rocking you to sleep. Different lullaby from your mother. That should be a part of the sound of jazz in St. Petersburg. What does it sound like here? Your songs, through your soul, into jazz, resonating. It's going to be big. Who is our first victim? I mean singer. You are? What's your name, buddy? Alexander. Everybody, big hand for Alexander. Meet Vladimir. Stand or hold? Hold.
Beautiful love, you are all mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented till you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, you are all paradise. Searching for love, my dreams to realize. Reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Beautiful love, you are all mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented till you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, searching for love, my dreams to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Beautiful love, will my dreams come true?
All right. Very brave, good singer, sings in tune. It's hot up here, right? Yeah. Okay, so several things. First, I want to say, for all the singers, the best way to learn to be yourself on stage singing is to be on stage singing all the time. The best way to learn to be in this space is to be in this space all the time. The kinds of lessons that you learn from a giant packed room full of people, or a completely empty room, or one drunk guy yelling at you because you sound bad, or the girl you want to impress, or the heartbreak when you don't impress her. The same kinds of lessons that you learn about life by living, you need to learn them on the stage. So, tricks like eye contact with the audience. Not trick. Techniques. Being present. Being relaxed enough to communicate just as yourself, right? It's the kind of thing that can only happen over time with a whole lot of experience. So, how old are you?
19.
Exactly so. Yeah? So, he's great for 19. Yeah? But so, here are a couple of things that would help you move a little further along, a little more, okay? So, here I come out, let's say I'm me, and I come out and I right? Ah. So the first thing for you and for the other singers is breathing. Breathing with a good technique. From here. There's a reason. Yeah? It's not just the pasta, right? So, because when you breathe in a shallow way, so, first, breathe very deep, very low, and then out. Yeah? Show me. With your hands.
Okay.
With your hands. Right? Now, turn this away. Now do it again. Now you do it. I want to feel. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, good. So, already, he's going to be a better singer just because he has oxygen. Secondly, to accentuate your breathing for a time, as an exercise. Every time you take a breath, I want focused breathing, beautiful love, right? Just give me that, what's the first line? Beautiful love, you're such a mystery,
Yeah,
right?
you're a mystery.
You're a mystery. All right, so give me, do exactly what I do. Ready? Here's it. Plant your feet. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed. All right, so left foot a little bit further forward so that you can really, yeah? And then, right? You feel this?
No.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. They're not here. They're not here. So take your hand off your hip, because you need to be mobile. Now sing.
Beautiful love.
Don't look at me.
Okay.
See, you need to be in yourself. You are the instrument. This piano can be tuned, it can be fixed, you can repair the strings, you can, the soundboard, everything. But you are the instrument. So, beautiful love. Try that.
Beautiful love.
Yeah? But now, a step forward already. What's the next line? Beautiful love, you're such a mystery,
You
right?
are a mystery.
Beautiful love, you're such a mystery. Now, here's why, the hand. Here's your air. You're reminding your brain to do it right. Breathing in, then pretending you're pushing. Beautiful love, and it comes out your head and through your mouth, and you present it on a nice silver platter for people to hear.
Okay.
Beautiful love, and notice what just happened. Beautiful love, see how I got taller? Beautiful love, at the peak note, at the place where I need the most support. Beautiful love, you're such a mystery.
Okay.
Now you. Yeah.
Beautiful love, you are a mystery.
Okay, try it again.
Okay.
Here we go. Hold on. We're going to fix this. So you can all hear. He's going to be great. I'll do it with you first time.
Okay.
So here we are. Beautiful love. Right?
Beautiful love, you are all mystery.
Okay, next line.
Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented
Yeah?
till you came along.
Okay, very good. Now you start. See, you started? Now he starts to relax. The vibrato, the little goes away. Oxygen, more. It's just nervous, but I understand. This is why because you have to focus on breathing before you step up, so that when you step up, you still have the breath. Now, what's interesting is, a motion like this is very simple to remind you of breathing can be translated into a performance, a piece of the performance that gives a visual to the audience. So, you stepped out and you said, beautiful love, you're such a mystery. And here was your hand, up here, on the imaginary shelf. How many singers have you seen in your life and they come out and they hold with this hand and they have this little paw? all the time, right? Or its variation, this. You're holding the cable to the microphone up here. Why is that? Why this little... Anybody? I'll tell you why. Because your heart is right here. So, oh, people, And so you stand. And then you do little variations of this, right? So you're clenching up, you're protecting yourself. Here's what people want. I love you. That's what people want. That's what we want to give them. That's what the music is asking for. Beautiful love. You are such a mystery. Beautiful love. Woo! You're such a mystery. Right? The entertaining aspect of singing, you can marry it to the need you have to sing right. Because over time, if you do exercises like beautiful love, and you're only thinking about breathing and your technique, guess what? And then you bring it to the stage. Now, obviously, you're not going to be in performance and say, beautiful love, you're such, but you may well come onto the stage and sing, beautiful love, you're such a mystery. Oh, look, I just reminded myself to sing right. And the audience doesn't know that's what I just did. They just see my presentation of an open hand, and they're not aware of the technical aspect of it. Yeah? So, here's what you're going to do. How many singers do we have today? 1, 2, yeah, well, 2, 3, okay, so. One more quick thing with this brother, and then we'll move on. Okay, so, many times when you're first singing, it's better not to hold the microphone at all. Not to hold the microphone at all when you're starting, so that you stand up straight. You're not playing a guitar, you're standing up straight, and both of your hands are accessible to present to the audience. Yeah? So, now, sing with the microphone here, yeah? And, Vladimir, excuse me, brother. We'll take it a little bit slower. So it's same tune, a little bit slower, but every time you sing, you're going to sing, beautiful, right? And present. Every breath, okay? And you're going to, okay? I love the shoes. Good shoes. 1, 2, you take a little intro. Go ahead. Okay, so,
That was it.
it was perfect. You don't need to look at him.
Beautiful love, you are all mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented till you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, searching for love, my dreams to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Steven, maybe.
Stepan. Stepan.
Yeah.
Stepan. Hey, Stepan! Now, Stepan is going to do everything exactly right because he learned
It's not true.
from Alexander and me, so now he's not going to make any mistakes at all about anything.
He put all of his soul into a tenor saxophone. He had the way of talking, was a language all his own. Life's story, life in glory. If you listen, what he plays it for you now. Listen and listen and dig it. Can you dig it? Lester Young is playing what he's feeling. Dylan and dancing. Now someone might have told you Lester Young, he is out of style. But I am here to tell you, press is happening right now. Life's story, life in glory. If you listen, while he plays it for you now. Listen and listen and dig it. Can you dig it? Lester Young, he's playing what he's feeling. Dylan and dancing you home. Okay.
Okay, so he's good. He's good. Difficult intervals, a challenging piece. Challenging not only because of the specific notes, but also because the richness of the history of the composition, and because of the depth of not just emotional feeling in the song, but the way the rhythm feels. There's an implied subdivision, right? That's way back there. But, and I got the notion that you were trying to indicate a much more stable rhythmic idea. Am I wrong?
I see.
I felt like you were trying to signal to Vladimir that what you wanted was, dun, 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 right?
Yeah, yeah.
You were sort of hoping it would be there, and he was having a much more free, rhythmic response. So the conversation was a little bit different from the way Vladimir and I were able to just kick it and hit it on my first thing, right? It's important to internalize, to physicalize the music for yourself, to make it physical. Again, you are the instrument in the same way that Alexander needed to feel, to be aware of breathing. Here you are aware of breathing, but now you're trying to signal rhythmic intent to Vladimir and to the rest of us as a regular habit when you're practicing, especially compositions that go at a moderate or slower tempo to make them real in your body. Here's the example I mean. I was just in the studio recording, and my friend Jeff Watts and I were trying to settle on what was the right tempo for a certain piece. And he kept playing it a little bit faster and a little bit faster, and I said, no, dude, it's got to be about... He said, oh yeah, and he stood next to me, and we did this for about 10 minutes so that we could both decide where the tempo was, so that we could both feel it. So here we are, two grown men in the studio, right? And sure enough, we ended up using the sound of our steps and our dance as the intro to the song, because it ended up sounding cool. So here's a way. So here you are, and you've got this idea of where you want. Now you have to communicate this to your partner, to your collaborator, yeah. And it has to be more than a look or or a I hope he gets it soon. I really hope he gets it soon. But for yourself, so here you are. So, the experience of interacting both explicitly and in the way that you sing and in the way that you present the song, these are all signals for it. So check even from just the count off of a tune. Let's say, same tune, and I counted off, here's how I counted off. Now, you for exaggerated effect, right? So here he is, he's there, and he says, yeah, he's got all of that. And what if I sing, when Charlie speaks of Lester, right? What if I do, right? What if I do what if I do right? So there's no mystery at all what I want to have happen. It's right? So here you are. Let's have the intro again. And what I want you to do is to give a little bit of the dance of what it is and have that dance announce itself in the sound of the way you're singing. So you're moving and you're singing what the sound is, yeah?
When Charlie speaks of Lester, I don't know. I don't know that.
No, that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool. Okay, so the count off is good.
Okay.
Now can you signal that intent without,
Okay.
so the same intent,
Only audibly or
so. So there's enough, but see how he tames the thing? Because you don't want to have it super big from the very, very first thing. Here's the other way. When Charlie speaks of Lester, you know someone great has gone. Sweetest swinging music man had a bogey big head on. So we're interacting. So
Yeah, I see.
now you.
Okay.
It's gonna be great.
Free. He put on.
Now you gotta
Sorry.
wait.
Okay.
Conversation.
Uh-huh. He put all of his soul.
Okay, but you can't. So
Okay.
holding a low. If you sing, he put all of his soul. And also, if you hold a note for really long, so at first you need to reinforce to make it clear for a longer period of time what the tempo is.
I see.
All right?
Yeah, right.
So here's what let's try it a couple of different ways. We're not here. So our challenge is we're not going to play the same tempo. All right? So let me just try to get, so you set up a tempo in your mind. But now you got to give them a downbeat. You got to be able to say one.
1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. He put all of his soul into a tenor saxophone. He had the way of talking, and danger of his own. Love story, love and glory. If you dig it when you listen for you now, listen and dig it. Can you dig it? Lester Young is playing what he's feeling. Digging and digging.
All right. Great, man. So, right on, brother. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, very.
To be the instrument, to be the rhythm, to be the breathing, all the things, and to communicate, Good job, brother.
Thank you very much.
All right. Stefan. Ladies and gentlemen, Stefan. Hello. Lovely to meet you. Anna? Anna's going to sing for us. Hosanna, Anna.
What do they think of love? This finding the thing good love. Just tweaking so its mystery. Why should it make a fool of me? So you're there on a wonderful day. You took my heart through the way. That's why I asked the Lord in a well, if they think of love, stop time. Вообще. I saw you there, what a wonderful day. You took my heart, threw it away. This was the Lord in heaven above. What is this thing What is this thing called love? What is this thing called love? Thank you.
Okay. She's done a lot of homework. She has a concept. But you still have to charm people. You can have all the tricks and all the licks, but it's still, you're singing for people. Always to sing for people. So, when I sing, for instance, I don't wear glasses because jazz can be a challenge enough for people. I don't want to have any impediment. I don't want to have anything in between us. Remember this? I want to invite you all the time. Even when the tempo is really fast and when there's going to be some exploring things happening. As singers, we're in a unique position among the musicians. People in the audience can hear the human voice easier than any other instrument. They can hear whether they like it or not. Right away. The individual nature of your voice, the individual nature of my voice. This is not just two pianos. This is two living beings. So what resonates from my voice that comes out, that comes to every available ear, is me. And I want to invite you into the experience, to be a part of it, to be with me, to make friends, to be in love together, and to love the music together. So even when it's fast, it still can't be, I'm going to show my tricks. Wait till they get a load of me, baby. Right? That's not it. It still has, you're still asking the question, what is this thing called love, even though it's this fast? What is this thing called love? This funny thing called love. Da, 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 da. Right? We're still together. I'm not back here. And you'll notice, where was this? It's right up in here. Because you're using this so much more than this. So, try this. And now the song again, same tempo, but eyes open and for the people. Yeah? Try it. Let, baby. Come on. All right, hold on now. Hold on, Pop. She's still got to do her. You gotta leave. It's many things at the same time. It's the tempo. It's the band. It's the key. It's the people. It's your breath. All at the same time. You start the band, and you do the thing, and you're smiling.
What is the thing I love? Just who can say my love? Who can tell its mystery? Why should it make a fool of me? So you're there one wonderful day. You took my heart through the way. That's why I was gonna learn and what more? What is this thing good love? What is this thing?
All right. Good. It's very hard if you have performance habits to stop those performance habits. If you've gone down a certain road and now this is just how I do, well, then you're going to be stuck just in that one place with it. And if you're happy with that and you get enough work, then that's good. But if you're going to grow, I mean, I just spent 1.5 years on the road with Branford Marsalis, and don't think I didn't try to figure out what I could learn from all of it. Stuff, and I'm 50. And I'm still trying to figure it out, right? So, more to the people. Beautiful, Anna. Thank you, darling. All right. Anna. And I think we're supposed to be done at what time today? At 2? At 2. So let's do one more singer, and then I will try to take questions. Yeah, come on, honey. You're there. I don't know how it's set up. What's your name?
Paulina?
Paulina. Paulina's here. Sure. No, just one time through, though.
Yes.
Yeah?
Sure.
Beginning to end?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, there's just a nearness of you.
That much space.
It isn't your sweet conversation that brings that sensation. Oh no, there's just a nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams, they just come true. Oh, I need no soft light to enchant me. If you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight. To feel in the night the nearness of you.
So, again, a lot of stuff from experience, to know, to listen, to hear in the room. I don't need to be this loud. Oh. I can just sing right here. Right? You don't have to. You have to be able to hear the room, not only in your imagination and in your what you want to have happen, but to hear what's actually happening. Yeah? So here you are, beautiful young woman, and she's going to sing a song about bringing you near. Well, then you don't have to bring me this near. That's too near. Right? It seems like a small thing, but it indicates, again, it's awareness. It's stage awareness. It's musical awareness. And it's emphasized by the fact that even if you had held the mic at a reasonable distance for your voice, for the needs of the room, here you are singing, I need no soft lights to enchant me, if you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight. It's a song of invitation. It's not so much a song of announcement. It's not, on a clear day, rise and look around you. It's, what's the first line? It's not the pale moon that excites me, right? It's not the pale moon that, easy sister. It's not the pale moon. Less. But here's what we can really work on. So, we're going to take the same composition, and this will necessitate, you'll have to sing a melody that you don't already know. This is a good way to trick yourself into improvising. You're going to play the song. Changes are going to go by just as they do, but you're only going to sing when I indicate. And you have to sing the right lyrics in order. So, for instance, 2, 3, 4. There's the downbeat. I need no soft lights to enchant me. If you will only grant me. Right? Okay, that's the game. Ready? We'll take it a little slower so you can really think. 2, 3, 4.
It's not the pale moon that excites me.
Keep going.
It's just the nearness of you.
Wait till I get to the hard part again.
If you only grant me.
See, you gotta have the right lyric. This is the real challenge. Because first of all, she's singing in English, which is messed up. Because she's so good at it. Because I can't sing in Russian at all. It's really hard. But you see the exercise, yeah? To push yourself. Otherwise, you can get into a habit of singing, this is what I always sing. Or this is the way the song goes. Or this is how we usually do. The next move would be to take that idea and then, what have we been talking about? Make it physical. So here's the next step. 2, 3, 4. I need no soft lights to enchant me. If you'll only grant promise of you. See how I move around? Now I'm painting the melody. Painting the melody in my imagination, so it gives my hands something to follow, from my head to follow the same thing, yeah? So instead of, here I am, now I think about music, now I sing music, right? So try a little bit the same thing, and you can, but you have to sing exactly what your hand does. 2, 3, 4. Right? Just an experiment. Ready? Okay. 2, 3.
It's not the pale moon. Will you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you.
So different singers have different needs. Different singers have different needs. I wouldn't suggest you come out and do all of this in front of an audience. But in the studio, when you're working on a song, the rules of improvisation are the same as the rules of composition. How many notes? High notes, low notes, loud, quiet, where to take a breath? What are the best notes? How can I communicate a melody? These are all questions the composer has to ask, and the improviser has to answer those questions right now in collaboration with another musician in front of an audience. How do you learn to improvise? Well, the first answer is slowly. The composer has one advantage, well, many advantages over the improviser. The chief advantage that the composer has is an eraser on the end of the pencil. If he or she doesn't like the melody, erase it, make a better melody. But here we are right now. So, when you're in the studio and you want to experiment over chord changes for the song, you get the chord changes happening and record, move around like this. And don't worry about which are the right notes. Let your intuition lead. And if it's wrong, when you listen back, you have an eraser and you say, what would I have sung in a best possible world where I made that thing that didn't work out, right? You give yourself permission to make mistakes in the room so that you can fix them. Teach yourself to sing your better idea with perfect intonation and breath support and rhythmic feel. And you put it in, and it'll go into your beautiful brain, and it'll stay there. Do you know this game Tetris? Of course you do. The small pieces of melody that you learn that fit over one set of chord changes probably fits over other sets of chord changes. Jazz compositions are very similar to one another. So as soon as you have a piece of the puzzle that you have invented that's in your mind, that you can sing, as we say, with perfect breath support and intonation and time feel, that piece probably will fit over 100 other songs. and it will come out when you least expect it, like a little beautiful piece of Tetris that fits into place. But you have to discover them, which is why this. Beautiful singing. All right. Thank you. Look, we have time for questions. I've done it exactly right. We have 10 minutes for questions. If there aren't any, I'll just go and have lunch. And what's in the menu? Borscht. Anybody at all? Yes, sir.
Improvisation building.
Mm-hmm.
Building of improvisation, improvising.
You want to know how I built an improvisation? So we were talking about it a little bit just now. So let's say you take the chord changes we were just talking about. I guess so. I mean, you can do it any number of ways. You can follow the bass line. Just good bass line.
You were
2,
talking to me.
3. So you're listening for root movement. So you have to internalize the whole song. Yeah, I don't know. There's as many ways to approach improvisation as there are musicians. My way is I've tried to listen to the best recordings of Lester Young and Dexter Gordon. I've tried to sing what they have played, to learn from the masters. I don't often sit down and write out a melody anymore, but it's a good thing to do, to sit down and decide to be a composer. You ask yourself, what would I sing in an ideal world as an improvised line? And then you learn how to sing that line, as we've said, with perfect intonation and perfect breath control, and you put it down on paper, and when you have mastered an entire chorus, write another, and write another, and continue to act as a composer, and all of the melodies that you've created will be in your mind. That's the best way, and it takes a long time because you make mistakes and you erase and you begin again. But that's the best way that I've found. These days, I just practice the changes and let it go, I guess. Does that make sense? Maybe? Yes.
When you just started with your vocal area.
Hello. When you just started to sing, did you had special maybe training sets for special spot there? You know what I'm talking about?
You mean when I was first learning and I realized that I had weaknesses? How did I work on the weaknesses?
Yeah. Maybe some trainings.
Well, I didn't take individual lessons. I mean, I was just on the stand with musicians, and I tried to do what they did. And that's the single biggest thing that you can do at any point.
I can see.
And that's true about whether you're in the act of performing or whether you're in the act of listening. I mean, I even had a person ask one time, what do I do when other people are having their solos? Here, I've sung the in head, and I've sung a little bit, and now somebody else is playing.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
Dance. Yeah.
If you're confident enough, I mean, you discover over time, because what are the other musicians doing? They're listening. Now it's a chance for you to listen to your friend and react to that. You can be a fan again. And then when it's time to sing, you go back to it. But it's the kind of thing that you just learn over time.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Yes, sir.
There is a general idea that jazz can be sung only in English. Can you comment it?
So the question is, can jazz only be sung in English? No, I doubt it. It can be sung in any language, but the history of the music is really important to digest. I mean, if I were to come over and sing Rachmaninoff, yeah, in English, but if I delivered, you'd say, oh, English, okay. But if I really sang Rachmaninoff, then you would say, oh, well, he had to sing it in English, but the sound, he got the sound right. I would have the same response. You can sing in any language, but if the sound of the music is there, then it's real. Yeah? Yes, darling. Just speak up, honey. I'll hear you and I'll say it again. Well, so the question is there anything different about Russian singers, Russian jazz singers, I would assume. Honestly, I haven't heard enough in person, you know, to give a qualified answer, but I would say, having traveled the world, singers, if you've got the sound of the music, then it's there. The most important difference would be the thing I brought up at first. What songs did your grandmother sing to you? And are you incorporating that sound into what you're bringing to jazz? You see, jazz reaches out and offers a history and a signature feeling and images and chord changes and songs and melodies that are all coming from jazz to you, but you are also coming to jazz with your history and your images and your memories and your sounds. And the most wonderful aspect of the exchange is when jazz feeds you and you feed jazz. When you sit down and learn about Lester Young or about Sarah Vaughan or about Ella Fitzgerald and really learn, that enriches you and you'll sound more like a jazz singer. But when you come to jazz and you bring some melody from your childhood or something from Russia that you love and you bring it to jazz, then you are enriching jazz. So it's a conversation between each singer and the music itself. Does that make sense? Yeah? I think that makes sense. All right. So pack up my care and woe, here I go, swinging low. One of those. To where someone waits for me, sugar sweet, so is she. Bye bye, bye bye, blackbird. No one here can never try to understand me here. Know what hard luck stories they your hand in me. Make my bed, light my light on a bright play tonight. So blackbird, fare thee well. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Fare thee well. Fare thee well, I tell you, fare thee well. I'll pack up my care and woes and spread my wings a spell. Sick of city lights, lot of blues, lot of strife. So blackbird, 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 talking about bye-bye. Ain't no one here can love or understand me here. I I can see pretty clear, everybody here got a story for everywhere. So you better make my bed up, so lighten up my light, blackbird pie, I'm coming home. I booked my flight and I'll arrive late tonight. Split days ago, go. So no one here can love or understand me here. And no one hard like stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light my light, and I'll arrive late tonight. The blackbird fare thee well, and boy, the blackbird talking about my blackbird, packing up my care and woe, talking about here I go. Hey, so there's a blackbird, so bye bye. Vladimir Nesterenko.